Imagine sharing your story about the person that SA'd you on TikTok and your followers are so loyal. They like, who is this motherfucker? We about to find him. And then they find him. And then they let you know that this person is still working with kids. So then imagine you like, you know what? I have to help save the kids. I'm going to share my story and my experience. Imagine doing that and the shit goes viral and explodes all the way to the point where the students of the school find out, the staff finds out, and then you have DMs upon DMs upon DMs, people talking about this man, claiming this man has assaulted him, staff and faculty even complaining about this man and his cockiness and his energy of thinking he's invincible. Parents and children talking about how creepy he is. Imagine knowing, and you don't live in Atlanta or go to the school, that this alleged coach teacher has a room or area or office back by the library with windows with blinds on them. How would I even know that? I'm all the way in Nebraska. How would I even know that? Imagine having child upon child upon child upon child upon child sharing their experiences, bad experiences about this. Imagine having all of that shit on wax. Imagine if the person who you spoke about, your essayer on social media, called themselves retaining a weak-ass attorney, claiming that they don't even know you, never met you, but you sang at their wedding. And you're in the wedding pictures, claiming that they never even met you between the ages of 9 and 12. Claiming that they never even met you, but there's proof of that. Imagine this person calling himself, sending a letter of cease and desist, but imagine that the letter states, we don't really want to take it that far. We just want you to stop talking about this person on social media to gain popularity. Imagine that you already was blue check verified on Instagram and Facebook, already had over 80,000 followers, and took me 2 years to build my following and didn't say a word about this motherfucker to build my following. Imagine that you already have retained an attorney and already on and crack it. And then let's take it a step further. I'm going to post the picture right here. But imagine the statute in Nebraska stating that there is no statute of limitation on SA, on an adult or on a child. And there is no time limit for you to file charges, and you plan on filing charges to make sure you protect the children. Imagine if that was your life right now. Imagine how exciting and happy you would be to wake up to see that clearly this was the doing of this man's significant other. Clearly their attorney doesn't know the whole story. To say that this man never even met me is ridiculous. Imagine if you've been talking to therapists over the years and they know this story. Imagine if you wrote a song in 2012 that describes this whole shit. Imagine if you're even counselors from elementary, junior high, high school knows about this. Imagine if you shared this story with your best friend in junior high, in high school, and they know the whole story from beginning to end. Imagine if you could call your whole family as witnesses because your brother was about to beat the brakes off this nigga and he was such a pussy, he ran to Atlanta. And lucky for him, I was unprotected and my family just let it go. Imagine an attorney sending a letter sounding dumb as fuck because they don't know nothing. Imagine this shit making me go even harder for these kids. Imagine me pulling up to Rockdale County High Schools in Atlanta to talk to the administration and the faculty in person. Imagine not having no fear of this motherfucker. Okay? Because you know who's stumping behind you. Your ancestors, your spiritual team, God. Imagine knowing you got lethal ass hands and ain't worried about a motherfucking thing. Imagine your goal being to save children from being violated by this man. Imagine a motherfucker's weak ass attorney trying to accuse you of gaining popularity by speaking about being great as a child on social media. Who in the fuck would use that story to cause so much, to resurface and pull a scab off of so much pain that they had to endure? Imagine that shit. Imagine still saying what the fuck you want to say about this motherfucker because they deserve it. This is karma at its finest. Imagine karma doing what the fuck she do and using you to tag team a nigga. Imagine your SA'er remarrying, divorcing, getting divorced from your family member and destroying your whole family and then going to start a whole new life and acting like this part of their life did not exist. Imagine your SA'er saying that they never met you and their attorney put it in the letter, but you sang at their wedding and you're in the wedding pictures with them. Imagine that. Imagine that you used to babysit their children. And this motherfucker, I could describe it. Imagine you used to be in high school at 14 years old and a motherfucking high school coach blowing up your pager, pulling up to your high school, questioning you as to why you're not responding to their pages, stalking you, essentially. Imagine students at the current school that this person works at. Imagine that their students have come out against them so heavy. I got so many motherfucking DMs, emails from faculty, students, and their parents. They don't even need my story in order to get his ass convicted. Imagine being excited about pressing charges on this motherfucker after all of these years when your family did not protect you, but now you have reclaimed your time, you have gained your power back, and now it's up. Now it's up. Imagine all the motherfucker had to do was bow out gracefully, leave that job, and leave them kids alone. But now they want some smoke with your girl, the mindset mistress. Mistake. Imagine that you got an attorney lined up that's something like Johnny Cochran and about to motherfucking Kendrick Lamar these niggas. Imagine that your SA'er got a wife who's in denial and clearly they're the one that retained the attorney, stating that this man never even met me. Is that what he told you? Imagine that. Imagine this is how you respond to a motherfucker cease and desist. Imagine that. Imagine that my attorney about to be on their ass. Imagine that, motherfucker. Imagine them kids being in a safe learning environment away from you and other staff and faculty. Imagine how many past students and recent students sharing their stories about Rockdale County High School, some including Mr. Coach Bradley. I don't give a fuck about you or your goddamn wife. At first I felt sorry for her, but you a dumb motherfucker. If anybody would ever come to me with that type of shit, I'm sorry, you're guilty until proven innocent. I've been through some shit in life. Like I said, he got a type. Women that's educated, smart, got money, but easy to manipulate. I promise you his wife got daddy issues. Unloved. She don't got no brothers that'll whoop his ass, no daddy that'll whoop his ass, no uncles that'll get in his ass. She an unprotected woman. He got a type. I promise you that. I don't even know that woman. But I woke up with joy in my heart this morning to receive that weak ass letter. Oh shit. It's up. It's motherfucking up. For the babies. That's the goal. Who in the fuck will put themselves through this emotional stress and pull a scab off of a wound to gain popularity? What fucking law school did you graduate from? The fuck?